times when you might feel aimless and can't see the places where you belong.
I am 17 years old, and my religious journey is just beginning.
There is a purpose.
When I think about who influenced me religiously, 3 people come to mind.
What my religion is, I would say Catholic.
Christian fundamentalism.
Of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
My parents' unique religious stories influenced how I grew up.
Background in religion. Roman Catholic. That's how I was baptized. The strongest presence for religion in my family were my grandparents. Through my high school years, we would go to church with them every Sunday. I went through confirmation classes with them, and I would do the readings on Sundays with my grandmother. And then we would talk about religion, and she would also do prayers 3 times a day, formal prayers, and I would join them. I think there was an experience that turned me away from the Catholic Church. An issue with the priest there that he was actually involved in child abuse cases. It made me stop going to church there, and I never picked it back up when I was at the Coast Guard Academy.
I went to lots of different kinds of churches. I feel like my journey was finding truth in different parts of the world, finding truth in the different churches that I went to, finding truth in the different communities that I lived in and the people that I met, and then bringing that all to this church that I'm in now, which has the parts of the truth that the other ones don't. One of my favorite quotes is by one of the presidents of the church, and he says, "Bring what truth you have to the church, and let us see if we cannot add upon it."
My parents lived in many different places where they experienced different cultures and religions.
International friends from Korea, from all parts of the world, and I shared time and food and experiences with all of them, and faith didn't really come up. We talked.
Probably here in Providence. Providence, Rhode Island is founded by a guy named Roger Williams, and one of the reasons he moved out here was for religious tolerance. And there's a church on every corner up here.
I grew up in a Coast Guard family and moved around a lot.
If you ask me that question, I'd say it'd be really important. But then if I look at the job that I do with that, I'd say, well, it clearly wasn't that important, because I think earlier on it was a very big drive to go to church as a family, to experience that, to do prayers together, to do scripture readings. And I know the times that we did that, you would both get very involved with it when we had family home evenings.
From Alabama to Oregon to Indiana to North Carolina and finally Connecticut. With all the places I've moved, like my parents, I personally have been able to experience different churches and religions. I was young in many of the places I lived, but from what I can remember from my years in North Carolina, most of my friends attended the Methodist Church or the Catholic Church.
So I don't even know what faith we were practicing at the time, but we were bringing in a lot of maybe eclectic spirituality ideas and practices. We naturally gravitated to those who were most strongly living out their faith, being open to people, being receptive of their ideas, treating everyone as an equal person in humanity.
There we were also introduced to the Church of Jesus Christ of the Latter-day Saints.
But we felt very much a part of our friends there, so we started going to church with them on Sundays and really appreciated the family aspect that the Mormons talked about and that they exhibited, and that community that they shared. And they really seemed to live their faith.
After a few years, my mom ended up converting to the LDS Church.
I guess my hope for you and Grace is that you find a community, people, friends that get you curious and asking questions and finding a faith that speaks to you. Because
recently, a close friend of mine found religion.
Because my My dad and my mom made me go to church every Sunday. And to be honest with you, I disliked every moment of it until now.
His journey has made me curious about what my faith is.
Because I was all basketball, and then I realized, wait, this isn't what life's about. A lot of things hit hit some nerve inside my, inside my soul, and I was like, this sounds so right. That's when I think my spiritual journey started, kicking in. Me being spiritual has taught me discipline, which is learn to do the right thing all the time. You see every once in a while, like black churches, I'm not really asking. But, just having good conversations and understanding what the Bible really is saying, not just what you want it to say. Maybe even everyone in the crowd saying stuff too, that's where you really get that feeling of just like, this is awesome.
I only recently moved to California for college, but my grandparents have lived in Truckee for many years.
We have been into some of the different ones for different Christmas services or memorials or celebration of life or some of those. They're all unique. There is not a synagogue in Truckee. You have to go to Reno for that one.
Cool cove.
And you have to go to Kings Beach for the Mormon church. Otherwise, we have pretty much all of them covered in the little town of Truckee. San Luis Obispo, there's signs for atheist groups. But we also saw it coming into town. They actually have big signs. I've never seen that before.
We're declaring this tonight.
Everybody has their own spiritual journey, and you don't always know what that is.
You really never know nowadays because people kind of hide their religion, which is kind of sad. But especially out here in Florida, I rarely get to talk to someone and then have it lead to the religion. In my case, I'm always with God, which is awesome because it's just one of those most powerful things to say. You just know that He's with you, and that's all you need, to be honest.
Everyone has to follow their own path.
It starts with you listening to what feels right inside.
I hope to continue learning about religion and figure out my spiritual path.